Okay, good evening everybody and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host JJ48 and tonight we are continuing with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. So, let me check my journal real quick. So let's see, last time we had been doing a bunch of stuff here on the station. Jana Lorso claimed that Batano often spent time in the company of the Ithorians on station, and we still haven't tracked down Batono, I think. The escaped criminals made it down to the surface. False Batu came by way of Nar Shaddaa. Let's see, new fuel source we're still looking for. Okay, we have these. So I believe last time we did a bunch of running around. We managed to get the droid back for the Ithorians, I think 2 times ago. Last time used him to get the Ithorians data that would help them against Zerka. We let's see, we also managed to what else did we do? We went and saw the exchange and managed to get an audience with them, which we went in, defeated the guards of the exchange. Then the person who'd got a sentry came in and tried to kill us, beat them, and then the exchange boss, after looking at all this carnage and all of this destruction, told us, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. And fortunately for him, we decided not to press the issue. So, I think now we are probably on our way down to the planet. Let me see what Chodo Habat has to say about that. An orbital freighter is waiting for you in Bay 2, Dock Module 126. Bowder should be in RZ0031. He'll help you find this ship of yours. Okay. I guess we'll ask again about Batano. We probably did that last time, but Batono. I'm sorry to admit the name is unfamiliar to me. I must admit I have little interaction with the other residents of this area, however. Okay. So I'll be going now. I think we already went through this line of questioning. So I guess we'll head over to the docking bay and see if we can head down to the planet and meet Bowder. Oh, somebody's remains here. Droid toxin. Okay, somebody needs to clean up after all these dead droids and mercenaries and whatnot. Can't just be leaving remains all over the place. And since we might not be coming back for a while, I guess we'll stop by Zerka offices just to kind of, apologize that the whole turn us against the Ithorians to try to get them to run them out of business thing didn't work out. So. Hey, sorry about the whole corporate espionage and, losing all your data and whatnot.
I simply do not have time for you. My hands are full with trying to manage the restoration project without the aid of a droid intelligence, which you so kindly gifted to the Ithorians. If there is nothing else, I would prefer it if you left our premises.
Okay, I'll be on now. And I would point out that giving somebody a droid that rightfully belongs to them is hardly gifting it to them, or preventing its theft isn't really gifting it to them, but oh well. Let's oh yeah, we also I think we managed to catch the older sinister brother here. I don't know if he was the older brother or younger brother, but the less trustworthy brother. We managed to catch him in a bit of a sting operation. Got him hauled off by security. So that was good. Just to the docks, yes. It's not the little astromech that we let free earlier, was it? Whoop, weep, whip, rank. Okay. What do you mean, what am I looking at? Hey, it's not my fault they built you no taller than a refresher bowl. Probably not the most polite response in the world, but... B4D4. Oh, this... Yeah, B4D4 and T1N1. These are the, aren't these the droid that we managed to sneak into Zerka, and the droid that... astromech droid that we basically convinced him that he didn't have to follow orders anymore, and could just do whatever he wanted. And interestingly enough, using I think, logical reasoning that by doing what he wanted instead of following orders, he was following his primary programming in an odd way. What about B4D4? Anything to say?
Oh, greetings. You surprised me.
What are you doing here? I'm going to take you in for a memory wipe. You shouldn't be wandering freely. Or I'll be going now. Yeah, what are you guys doing here?
My companion and I are awaiting a ship.
A ship? To where? Or what? You're going to stow away? Or you're coming with me to the TSF station? Where I'll be going now. A ship? To where? Probably won't tell me. It's... But...
Nar Shaddaa, I believe. Oh. It was the easiest destination for us to book passage to.
Are you going to stow away?
Yes, if you insist on putting it that way. I would prefer to leave Citadel legally, though that option is currently unavailable to me.
Okay, well, we're not going to turn you guys into TSF, because we're not really big fans of Zerka, and apart from Zerka, TSF doesn't really have any business with you guys, so... I'll be going now. Good luck with the whole freedom thing. Well, that's cool. You know, we'll be going to Nar Shaddaa. I think signs kind of point to that being our next destination. At least that's the one planet that we have some information on so far. So I wonder if we'll meet up with them there. Greetings. I think this is the right document. KotOR2 sent me. I'm to take an orbital shuttle to RZ-31 on Telos. What's in this bay? I'm sure we probably asked that before. So yeah, we're here to take an orbital shuttle on KotOR2's orders. Yes, he sent word ahead. Please enter. The shuttle has been prepared and is ready for departure. Okay, cool. Thank you. Anything we can find in these lockers? No, they're closed up. So, another example of... These shuttles don't look exactly like the Lambda shuttles in the movie trilogy, the original trilogy, the probably most notably the shuttle that first Emperor takes to the second Death Star, and then the shuttle that Han and the others use to infiltrate Endor. It looks a bit different from this, but it's still the same general shape. It's kind of interesting to think that shuttle designs haven't developed too much in several thousand years. This orbital shuttle is used to transport cargo and passengers between Citadel Station and Telos' surface. Okay. We could step away, but no, let's take the freighter to Restoration Zone 31. Probably.
Citadel Station, this is Admiral KotOR2 of the Republic Cruiser Sojourn.
Admiral Onasi? This is Lieutenant Gren, TSF. We've been expecting you.
Gren, it's nice to know that TSF hasn't gone to shambles in my absence.
And how about you? An Admiral. You might change your tune after you see what the situation is like down here, Karth. I've got some bad news for you.
Well, it can't be that bad, Gren. I think Telos has already been through the worst.
The one you came all the way out here to pick up, well, he managed to escape the station. We're not exactly sure how it happened.
Well, that's unfortunate, but luckily it still fits our plans.
Am I hearing this right?
I'll tell you more when I arrive, but the Republic has decided not to detain the exile and adopt a wait-and-see approach.
The exile? Then
Like I said, we'll talk more when I arrive.
looks like we will. I'm uploading the approach vector to you now. See you soon, Admiral.
Okay, so we managed to leave the station despite having strict orders not to do so. Fortunately, the Republic is okay with that, I guess. It's kind of ominous music for... Ominous music leading to a very short
Everyone
scene.
hold on tight. We should be putting down in a few seconds.
Oh.
Grab onto something. This is about to get rough real fast.
Okay, so I guess we got shot at. Still being shot at. But fortunately, we are main characters, so our ship doesn't just explode, it just kind of goes on fire, and we have to do a heavy crash landing that everybody survives.
Good to have you back, General.
General, what happened to your arm? My head feels like I've been ripped in half. Where am I? What happened? Well, I mean, any crash you can walk away from, right? Yeah, what happened? Let's start with that.
Easy now. You survived one spectacular crash. Lucky I was here to pull you and your friends out of that shuttle, or you'd be more than a little crispy. But it's only fair. I owe you more than one, General.
General? Who are you? Or what are you talking about? Yeah, you keep addressing me as General. Why is that?
You must be in shock from the crash. Have to expect some long-term memory loss from that. Too bad he's not a droid, huh? We can't all be that lucky. I'll humor you, General. I was one of the Iridonian Mechanic Corps that was at Malachor. Bayadur, I can see how you'd forget me, being that I was the only one.
Oh. Okay, so this is, I guess he said Bayadur. So he was a mechanic during the war, and I guess we were a general in the war? Don't know that point's come up before. I don't want to talk about the war. Or, sorry, I just can't remember. Or, I think I might recall you. Oh, yeah, totally. Bayadur. Yeah, how could I forget? You were the guy that was... you.
Don't think too hard. I'd rather not talk about the war, if we could. We all went through some tough times after Malachor, and maybe we all did a little forgetting. Guess that's one thing we've got better than droids. They can't forget anything. But then you give them a memory wipe and they forget for good.
Okay, and how are the others?
They'll be fine. The pilot's more or less unharmed, and the old lady, well, she's tougher than she looks. You know, I never thought I'd see you again, General. Galaxy's a big place. and this is the last place I thought I'd bump into you. So I have to ask, just what are you doing here?
Looking for my ship. Or I was told I might be able to find my ship here. Okay, not a lot of difference in those options. Yeah, I was told that might be able to find my ship here.
Well, if your ship's in as bad shape as this one, I don't think you're gonna have much luck.
Well, this is familiar. Feels like my last time on Telos.
Crashed the shuttle that time too?
Nope, Pazak.
That was not the most pleasant landing I've endured. Next time we should perhaps seek out a more reputable pilot.
You're welcome, Kreia. You know, if I weren't such a crack pilot, we could have hit the shield wall or one of those rock faces.
Yes, our current situation is a vast improvement.
Well, Kreia, to be fair, you know, being in one piece is a bit of a better situation than being smashed into, you know, countless pieces. So, what shot us down? Or we need to find our ship. Or we should get out of here before Zerka's mercs show up. I'm not too concerned about Zerka's mercs. What shot us down? Why is a shuttle going to the landing zone getting shot at? You would think that would be fairly standard thing, or at least it would be known if we were going into a war zone or something.
Beats me. No one's supposed to be here but a Zerka research team. I can't say they'd be happy to see us, but shooting us down? I can't imagine Zerka having us shot down by a bunch of scientists either. You know, I caught a glimpse of what looked like an AD tower when we flew over the compound.
Why would a research station have an air defense tower?
Maybe they're doing something they shouldn't be. I've seen pirate bases with the same sort of setup.
Let's go. We need to find our ship. Yeah, that's boring. We're done talking about that.
I can help you find it. I have access to the shield network. I came hoping to repair whatever damage your shuttle took, but not even I can fix that wreck.
Okay, so what do we do? Well, let's get going. What do you suggest, Beodur?
We'll have to get back to the compound. It's the old Ithorian research station, turned into a salvage team staging area. It won't be an easy hike.
Why not? Is there a console at the compound we can use? Seems an odd question to immediately go to. Yeah, what's between us and the compound? Start with that.
First, there's a mercenary pursuit team looking for me.
Okay.
If Zerka secure the compound, there could be a lot of them out there. Second, there's all the Canucks.
What's a Canuck? We're looking for you. Maybe we shouldn't have you along. No, what's a Canuck? I am not familiar with this.
The vicious wide-jaw predators the Ithorians imported from Duxon. They were meant to keep the herbivore population in check.
Ah. I don't see any herbivores around.
Right. The Canucks ate them all. Now they'll eat anything they can catch, including us. Without the Ithorians to maintain the accelerated ecosystem's balance, everything here is falling apart. Zerka's killing the restoration project piecemeal.
Okay, I see. So at first I was going to say, you know, the hunters, carnivores eating all the herbivores, and now having kind of run of the place, seemed like a miscalculation on the Ithorians' part. You know, that maybe there was something to this Zerka claim that what they're doing is kind of just haphazard and, you know, not plotted out enough. But I guess what happened is the Ithorians brought these on board. They're trying to rebuild the planet, so it's going to take, you know, they're trying to have, you know, years of growth to get it back up to kind of where it should be. And in that time that they're rebuilding, they're trying to help keep things in balance, you know, probably making sure that the herbivores populations come up sufficiently, that the carnivores levels, you know, rise at the proper rate. But I guess because of Zerka trying to block the Ithorians' efforts, the Ithorians haven't been here, and so that's why they haven't been able to keep an eye on things, and things have gotten all out of whack. So we have a bunch of carnivores to deal with. Great. Let's get going.
That's the plan.
Beodur has joined the party. He possesses the special ability to rend and destroy force fields. Use his shield breaker ability in combat to disrupt enemy shields. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay. Okay, so I guess we have to have him with us because, for story reasons, he said we'd be able to get him. He'd be able to help us get through the shield. So, Atten or Kreia. Well, Kreia, as nice as it'd be to have you along, we already have a unarmed or bare-fisted Jedi who primarily attacks with kicks, so I'm gonna go with Atten. Okay. Yes. Okay.
What's going on?
We'll have you level up. What do you focus on? You focus on strength more than dexterity. Also quite a bit of intelligence. You might probably want to make sure to bump intelligence up to get another bonus, because that'll give him more skills. And it sounds like with his skills we'll want to give him a lot of the technical abilities, I'm guessing. Okay, repulsor strike is a feat. Right, computer use, demolitions, yeah. Repair, security, and awareness. Okay, yeah, wow. He's gonna be able to get lots of skills, won't he? Okay, I'll go ahead and give you one more intelligence. Which now means, before we had 0 skills left, but or 0 skill points left, but that was because we spent 2. Now, spending 1 on everything, we have 2 points left, so we can start. I don't think you're going to be a stealth character, so let's just have you start treating injury. Although eventually we'll get to the point where we just have too many points, and we might as well start putting some in stealth. Alright, what skills do you have? Okay, bonuses to skills, or feats. You have improved gearhead, so that's bonuses to repair, security, and computer use. Okay, that's a good one to improve, but probably not a priority. Unarmed specialist, okay, so maybe I should have gone with Kreia instead of Atten. We could have just been a whole unarmed team together. Here's that repulsor strike. Beodur can release energy stored in capacitors in his arm during combat, causing an extra 1 to 6 electricity damage with a 10% chance of causing slow for 2 rounds. If they fail, it's a fortitude save. Okay, this damage stacks with unarmed attacks. Okay, so if he has capacitors in his arm, I'm assuming that's the glowing one, which tells me he probably lost his arm. Maybe during the war, maybe not, but he probably lost his arm, and so that's like a cyborg arm, basically. That's cool. Okay, so we can give him regenerate healing points, or regenerate vitality. Okay, character can move faster with mobility. Finesse, we don't need finesse. Dual strike, okay, that's a good one. Working together. Okay, treat injury. Oh, that's make treat injury a class skill. We don't really need that or that. Close combat, not going to need it if you're going in unarmed. Okay, dueling. That might be useful with +1 attack and defense because it also applies to unarmed combat. Toughness. More vitality points and getting more damage reduction. That would be good. And then all these are skills we don't really use. So let's start with dueling. That gives a +1 to attack, +1 to defense, including with unarmed combat. That's a pretty good, just pretty good all-around bonus. Okay. And you're caught up. Good. Let's check your equipment. You have nothing. Damage resistance against sonic. Okay. Replacing bulky ear protection. These items make use of newly developed counterwave nullifiers, an innovation pioneered by shipyard workers, not the military. So basically they're futuristic, let's see, what would you call it, earmuffs, or usually earmuffs think of for warming, ear protection. Okay. You don't really need more persuasion, 'cause you're not the main character, but more charisma, I guess, just in case that comes up. Don't have any armor for you. Give you a couple shields just in case. Inertial inhibitor, give you a defense bonus. Yeah, that'll probably be better than a little reflex bonus. And yeah, we don't need weapons because you're going to be unarmed, so. What? Those guys are clearly visible to us. They were standing there and they needed this droid to like come over here to get a better view of us. Dude, I think I could probably just take my phone and zoom in with the camera and get all the detail. Walking over here, what? Okay. Is that I guess that's one of the mechanic things. Yep, it is.
I hear you.
Now let's go see what these guys are all about. Okay, let me guess. You guys are here to kill us or capture us or something.
Right where we need to go. That sentry droid probably spotted us already.
Great.
They were probably looking for me when they saw your shuttle go down.
We could try handing the Zabrak over. You know, bargaining chip?
Who do you think shot you down in the first place?
Good point. Forget I said anything.
Their sentry droid probably already spotted us. Are they blind or something? What makes you think they haven't spotted us? I mean, besides the fact that they're not actively shooting us at the moment. Okay. Let's see.
Where that came from?
Have you flip around. Oh, he looks like he has a shield. Let's try having Bowder use your shield breaker on him.
Where that came from?
Oh, look, his shield's gone. Nice. Okay, now we'll switch back to this. Oh, I'm out of force points. I can't flip you up in the air and spin you around. Okay. Cool. So you have a swoop bike and a land speeder. Land speeder, yeah. I think the Star Wars universe has land speeders and air speeders. The difference being land speeders hover with like a ground effect or something that they have to be relatively close to the ground, and air speeders being the ones that can fly high up and fly using a different technology. Okay. I didn't even see what I was picking up there. Credentials. Oh, this was the credentials that we used to get the droid back. The Ithorian passkey is what unlocked the door leading to Choto Habat's room in the Ithorian compound. For Residential Module 082 West. I think we went in there, got some stuff. Droid toxin emitter. Okay, so this is a droid item. The small canister fits under a droid's plating and when activated releases a small cloud of toxic gas, which can paralyze and do a mild weakness poison, I think. So when it hits, it can give the poison state, and the type of poison is mild weakness, which I guess reduces strength. Okay, and then Force Pike. Melee weapon. This weapon effectively functions as a long staff topped with vibroblade. Despite its name, it is not related to the Force mastered by Jedi, though it is a powerful weapon in its own right. Okay. Nobody here is going to use it, though, because Atten is, uses ranged weapons, and the rest of us use no weapons. The vehicle's controls appear to be code locked. You can't use it. Okay, that one seems to be the same. Okay, so there's like this shield here. I guess that's what Beodur is going to help us get through. But I want to see what's this way first.
Another sentry droid. The mercenaries must be using them to locate us. There's probably another patrol nearby.
Okay. Well, let's just get rid of this one. Now I'm wondering if maybe we should be going the other way first. Droid dash plating. Okay, so I think that's some plating for a droid. What's with the remote? Okay, I'm kind of curious. Do you have an explanation for him?
Hey, General. Are you all right?
What are you talking about? You lost me. Okay, someone asked if I'm all right. I may not know what they're talking about if I'm, not thinking about. If I'm thinking about something that, not issues or something. I wouldn't say I'm completely lost with that. Now let's go with that. Yeah, you lost me. I have no idea where you're coming from. What is this all right thing you're mentioning?
You look like you've been standing too close to one of my shield generators.
You're one to talk. I was inspired by your arm. Are you sure you haven't been chewing on power cables? When one is in touch with the Force, it can manifest itself visibly. All these seem kind of odd responses. I was inspired by your arm. I want to see if you'll give me an explanation for that. Yeah.
Whoa. Claws out today, aren't they?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... I wasn't meaning that, harshly. Maybe... I'm sorry if it came across like that. Now whose claws are out? I'm trying to remember. I don't know if this was... Wondering if any of this has to do with any of the cut content that was restored, just because this conversation seems to be very stilted. It wasn't... It just doesn't seem to be flowing properly. You would think if he's saying, whoa, claws out today, that we would have a little bit of exchange, and then when, maybe in a couple exchanges, then he would say something that we would respond, now whose claws are out. This just seems to kind of jump in, we'll skip the middleman, I guess. Now whose claws are out.
Seriously, you don't look that way from spending extra time in the fresher. I've seen other Jedi, not many but a few, who look like that. And I feel a little strange around you. A little more in control, calm. like I usually only get when I'm repairing something.
When one is in touch with the Force, it can manifest itself visibly. It's a Jedi thing. Don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I guess, yeah, you've seen other Jedi like this, then it's something with the Force, and I guess we are getting more in touch with the Force, especially Chodo Habat theorized that coming down to the planet we might get even more in touch with the Force because we'd be, more surrounded with life and stuff. So maybe that's what's happening. Yeah, it's the Force manifesting it, or being in touch with the Force manifesting itself visibly.
Was there something you wanted me for?
Yeah. What's your opinion about the Telos situation? How'd you lose your arm anyway? Never mind. Yeah, I was just meaning to ask about the arm before. I wasn't meaning to be all claws out about it, but yeah, what's with the arm?
I got tired of it. Kept dropping my hydro spanner. Figured I'd get a new one.
Yeah, I bet that was fun. That seems a bit rash. Or I was being serious. Not really. I was not being serious. Yeah, I'll bet that was fun.
I was only kidding. Actually, it was a souvenir from Malachor. I was lucky it was all I lost. But at least it gave me something to do, right? Everyone always said I was probably half machine anyway. Something else I can help you with?
Okay. Well, that's kind of a look on the bright side sort of situation. Also, it's pretty fascinating that you were, from the sounds of it, able to build your own arm, which means you would have only had the one arm and maybe your feet. I don't know how dexterous your toes are, but you would have been limited in how you could have built that. That's actually very impressive. So what's your opinion about the Telos situation?
If the Republic would just rein Zerka in, there'd be no problem. But as long as Zerka is allowed to undermine the Ithorians' efforts, Telos will remain dead. I can't take seeing my work being used by those bloodsuckers. But there's nothing I can do about it, so let's talk about something else. Something else I can help you with?
Okay, never mind. Okay. I just want to go back to this shield, because I feel like this feels like progress, so I'm guessing this is a dead end that we should explore first. Or maybe it's just very wide open and we can go any which way. I mean, there's that corner. I don't think there's anything there except the mechanics, so I don't see much reason in going that way. Whoa!
Hidden caches. We should be on the lookout for more of these. They could come in handy.
Yeah, somebody's trying to protect something. Oh wait, we got...
What's going on?
You have demolitions. Can you try to retrieve these? Okay, get the hidden cache. The security tunneler, a concussion grenade, spacer sensor. I think we might already have one of those. Energy shielding Mark 1. As energy shielding being an upgrade. Okay. Okay. I thought you said your arm could get us through these shields or something. I guess this wasn't the shield you're talking about. So, yeah, we need to go forward. Although now that we know there's these hidden caches, I kind of want to see over where those canics are. See if could be a hidden cache over there or something.
Take them down.
Okay, I kind of feel bad for this thing now, because we have not seen these... Like, these things haven't even attacked us, we just went over and took it out. Maybe I won't feel so bad now that
More where that came from.
they're actually
Time to
coming
take you down to
at
size.
us, but it still seems like a little bit of overkill. Hyper adrenal stamina. Why does this thing have performance enhancing drugs on it? Not really getting to see much of the planet right now with the rock walls here. Oh, that's nice. Coming across like a nice, nice clear ocean. So, okay, Bowders, see if you can recover these. Sorry, Beodur. But look, we did not expect to see you again. Oh, these are the wanted criminals that we accepted a bounty for, or accepted the bounty, or we agreed to hunt them for a bounty. Yeah. Hey, you seem happy to see me. I was just thinking the same thing. Or it looks like I'll be able to collect on that bounty anyways. Yeah, what luck we did not expect. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Let's all go see you guys captured by the TSF together. We thought our situation, being stuck here on the planet's surface, would keep us from collecting on the price Goto has placed on your head. But now you've so thoughtfully delivered yourself to us. We would be remiss to allow this opportunity to pass us by a second time.
Wait, bounty? Why is there a bounty on your head?
It's a long story, Beodur. Is it a long story? I'm a Jedi. Jedi are rare. That's pretty much the entirety of the story. At least as far as I can tell. But, I'll explain it later. Or none of your business. Yeah, I guess 2 or 3 whole sentences is kind of long, so go with that. Don't you know? The exchange is paying handsomely for the head of a Jedi Knight. Your friend here just happens to be one. But that's of little importance. All that matters is that we take them back to Nar
I
Shaddaa.
don't think so. You'll have to come through me if you want to take the general.
That was the plan anyways. Okay, quick clarification. You said there's a bounty for Jedi Knights. I am not actually a Jedi Knight. See, I am a Jedi Consular. So, I don't know, you guys would know much more than I do whether there's a bounty for Jedi Consulars, but just think that should be clear from the get-go so you guys aren't too disappointed if that point comes up later. Can I even target this guy without clicking on the mine? Okay. Beodur, clear out these mines so we can actually target them.
Let's go.
Okay. And that one. Okay, while you're doing that, okay, now I can target them and spin them around.
Where that came from? Take him down. Let's settle this.
Still can't target this guy without hitting the mine. There we go. You confronted the escaped criminals in the restoration zone and killed them. Yeah, I hope that was okay.
Let's go.
I guess it's not too surprising that Beodur's taking all this damage because he doesn't have any armor, and that actually is a
Just say the word.
especially at this level, like the difference between having even a little bit of armor and no armor is pretty significant. I guess if I look at our stats, yeah, my defense is 20, Atten's defense is 23, Beodur's defense is 12. So at some point we're gonna need to get him. We're gonna need to get him some armor. More mechanics and wow, these like wall thing just extends way out into the ocean. I wonder if this isn't the shield wall that we were supposed to get through. I wonder maybe this is the wall. Like I think the Ithorians. Maybe the Zerka did as well, but we were told that the planet's like divided into areas so they could just kind of work on one area at a time. Maybe this wall is like dividing this area from another one, so this is the area they're working on, and then like that's an area that's either been finished and they're trying to get this area up to it, or that area they haven't really started on, and so once they're done here, they'll move on to that area or something.
Feel a sense of calm when I walk the surface of Telos.
Okay, this is probably not the time while you're actively getting attacked by a predator. I mean, I understand, punching and kicking huge mouth frog beast things gives me a sense of calm too, but time and place. So I'm curious when we use our force abilities and fail at them, we're apparently doing something that the enemy's still detecting, because even something like this, it wasn't paying attention to us, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you guys are over there, I'm going to attack you, after we failed in our force attempt. So, okay, we got some parts and we got some credits. Good. Oh, so, sorry, Beodur, now, is there something you wanted to say?
General, need something.
Okay. Really, you don't have to call me General. Or, I need you to stop calling me General. I was just wondering what you've been doing since the war ended. I just wanted to talk to you. If we say just wanted to talk, is there like what was it you were going to say earlier?
Yes, General?
Nope, never mind. Oh, I just wanted to talk to you, but no, I really didn't.
More where that came from.
I'm glad you're getting out the laser targeting for something 20 feet in front of you. Although I guess especially with two of his allies engaged in hand-to-hand combat with it, maybe it's better for him to take his time and be as precise as possible. I mean, it'd probably make more sense for him just not to fire into melee at all, but one of our companions ever been concerned about making sense. Oh no! No, I meant to click on the Ithorian. Some frag grenades. Can we not click on the Ithorian? I guess not, it's just...
General, need some...
No! Stop! Stop standing on the dead guy. Oh, can't Can't investigate him. There's not even like a dialogue of like, oh, this Ithorian appears to have been killed by blah blah blah. Oh, that's too bad. I guess. Let's see. There's some plasteel cylinders here and part of a destroyed speeder. And over there's some of the like mercenaries. So I'm guessing what happened. There's frag grenades in here, which doesn't seem like something the Ithorians would be keeping around. So I'm guessing what happened is the mercenaries were setting up here. This was some of their storage, and this Ithorian was down here in his speeder, and he's coming along the beach here or something, and it's like, oh hey, there's these plasteel cylinders. And I wonder what those are doing here. And so he comes along to investigate, because that's, I mean, the Ithorians didn't put them there. What in the world why would they have plasteel cylinders out just sitting on the beach? And then those guys see him poking around, they don't like it, and so they end up killing him and destroying his speeder. So maybe there's other explanations, but I think that one seems to fit with what we're seeing pretty well. So yeah, let's. I mean, we'd fight these guys anyway because they're gonna attack us as soon as they notice us. But now we also have the Ithorian to avenge. So, okay, can you guys not for a moment? We're trying to deal with this frog lizard thing. Oh, wait a second. Bowder, you're almost dead. Before you die or get knocked out, can you try to hit him with your shield ability?
More where that came from. More where that came from.
There we go. Good.
More where that came from.
We're doing a pretty good job of blocking lots of, deflecting a lot of the blaster bolts. Although I have to hand it to these mercenaries. You know, they see me over here just deflecting tons of blaster shots. Atton's over here, you know, shooting guys. Beodur pretty much single-handedly takes down their captain, and as guys are going down left and right, these guys don't just drop their weapons and run. They don't try to surrender. They're just like, nope, we're in it to the end. That is professional commitment right there. So we got a computer spike from this guy. Because he was kind of the geek of the outfit. A repair kit, and okay, so this was their. Well, no, a repair kit wouldn't be their medic because repair kits don't work on people or on humans. It work on droids, unless he was a very, very bad medic. Okay, bunch of credits. And an Arcanian energy shield. Okay, and these ones have probably been locked as well. Okay, yep. Let's... For some reason I keep on seeing Atton's picture and thinking that's me. For some reason. So let's see. Something up this way. Oh. Okay, so it's not like a super deep canyon or something, but I guess it's deep enough we can't go into it or down into it or anything. I can't really get a good view of of the very bottom. But
Yeah?
get back here and you can get these for us.
The mercenaries have at least 2 hidden caches like this. We should keep our eyes open.
Okay, we've found 2 of them. Credits, life support pack, and advanced med pack. Okay, good. And an Ichani shield, some adrenal alacrity, and more credits. Little canyon or rift or whatever actually goes back a ways. Can't explore where it goes. Okay, these skeletons look like these were probably taken out by Canix, I'm guessing. Been here a while, and probably been picked clean. The fact they're all together suggests... Let's see, first of all, frag grenade credits, and a broadened chamber Mark II. Okay, so that's a ranged weapon upgrade. Credits and adrenal stamina. So the fact that we have these 3 skeletons together, I think, suggests one of 2 things. One could be that they all died together. I guess maybe the Canix got them all, or maybe there's these rocks and stuff, but it doesn't look like they're under the rocks or anything that would suggest, they had been crushed or anything. And we know that the Canix are carnivores. We don't necessarily know if they're scavengers or anything. So either these people were killed together, or I guess the other option might have been they were killed in different areas, but then were like dragged back with, the Canix dragged them back here to eat them or something. The fact that there's like this backpack and a bag makes me think that's unlikely. So I'm gonna guess skeletons look humanoid, so I'm gonna guess they're not Ithorian. They're probably Zerka mercenaries or Zerka employees, maybe scouting out the area or something. They came over here, probably encountered some Canix, ran this way, and then they were trapped here. They couldn't, because that looks like a riverish area on these rocks and stuff. They couldn't really get away, so around here, while they were trying to figure out what to do, the Canix caught up with them and got them. Okay. This, of course, is one of the... We're kind of speculating on what's going on, but this, of course, is one of the ways that games can sort of flesh out their worlds a little bit, is... what's the term for that? Environmental storytelling or something. I think something like that. There's a term for it, but it's essentially where instead of having a little narrative around every single little thing, you can just leave some stuff where it's it's not directly related to the plot. Maybe there's not a narrative around it, but it's clear something happened, and people can kind of figure out like, oh, okay, this happened, or this happened, or they might speculate amongst different
Looks like
options.
a minefield up ahead. We can try and pick our way through, Or take some time to disarm some and clear a path.
Oh yeah, we need to
Just
level
say
you
the
up.
word.
Let's have KotOR2 go up and try to see how many he can recover. Yeah, that was kind of a boring level. Okay.
Yeah?
Let's see, can you? No, don't need to. Okay, against the escaped convict, I couldn't target him. Okay, KotOR2, you handle that. Apparently, I'm just going to charge in through the minefield.
More where that came from. Time to take you down to size.
Okay, and some of these are going off
More
because
where that came from.
normally when we do it peacefully, we can just, like we said before, everything's determined by kind of behind-the-scenes die rolls, or dice rolls. Here, because we're in combat, it's or rather, when we're doing things peacefully, it will just kind of assume that okay, you're taking your time and you're just getting the maximum. You're just getting the maximum result. Here we saw a failure. Because when we're in combat, it's actually going to roll the dice because time matters. You can't really take your time too much. And if you roll low enough, success may be possible, but you failed that attempt. You don't have to attempt again. If you get too low, I believe then the mine will actually just go off and, as if you'd run over it. So okay.
Let's go.
KotOR2 needs to level up. He's getting it unarmed specialist 3. He'll be better at fighting. That's good. Still needs some armor for him. And we can't increase treat injury at the moment because cross-class skills can only be half as high as class skills rounding down. So next level we'll be able to increase that again. Alright. So good job everybody. KotOR2, way to disarm the mines, even the ones that weren't in our path while we were under fire. Good job to me running through the mines and setting some off so that there were fewer for KotOR2 to have to deal with. And good job, Atten, for not being as stupid as either of us. So.
Sentry droid ahead. We've been spotted again.
And that means more mercenaries. I don't know about you guys, but I just can't wait.
We're close to the compound, so they'll be getting ready for us.
I think we're close to the compound too. That means this entire place is probably on alert. So much for sneaking in.
Again, they really don't need the sentry droid to see us. Or
let's settle this.
Wow, they watched us take down the sentry droid and are just like, well, they're not past the sentry droid yet, so there's no reason for us to get involved. Okay, droid deflector Mark 1, okay. Oh, they have. That's why they didn't come closer. The human is here. My turrets did not work. Ah, but my droids will not fail me. Destroy him, my warbots. Yeah, that's not gonna work out very well, I don't think. Let's just do this. Save some time. Okay, where KotOR2's way works too.
More where that came from.
Okay, I think what we've demonstrated is combining mines with especially melee fighters, melee combat, and having 3 characters that we're trying to juggle doesn't make for the most, it's not exactly the, we don't have the most tactical battles here. Okay, yeah, break her shield. Okay, we'll kind of stand here while she runs towards that. Oh, come on. Healing yourself up in the middle of battle? Who does that? Hold on. Thanks for reminding me.
Settle this.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you lasted longer than your turrets and your war droids. So, there's that. Armor ply plating Mark II. So, okay, we have another armor upgrade. Boy, Beodur, when we do get some armor for you, we are going to be able to upgrade it quite a bit. Okay, droid motivator booster. And a droid surveillance upgrade. And now let's us level up. Okay, so we have, okay, we already know about light dark side rating. Okay, determination. Shi-Cho lightsaber form. Okay, I'll need to look at this. I believe, if I recall correctly, in this game we actually have different lightsaber forms, or like different lightsaber styles. I guess lightsaber combat styles, I should say. So I think what that does is if we have a lightsaber equipped, we can choose what style of combat we're using, and that will affect things like you have some that are more defensive and some that are more aggressive. We'll check that out. Probably, I don't think we can check it out on this screen, but we'll check it out once we're done here. Okay, are there any existing powers we have that we can update? Okay, we can upgrade force speed. Upgrade stun to stasis. That seems pretty good. Let's see what's the upgrade here. Allows Jedi to assault the mind of an opponent, stunning them for 9 seconds. Okay, DC of 5 plus level plus wisdom and charisma. Okay, and slowed instead. Whereas stasis is the exact same thing, but for 12 seconds instead of 9 seconds. Okay, that's pretty good. And I don't think there's anything else that we need more at the moment, so let's go ahead and take that. Okay, there we go. There's the... Okay, Determination, Shi-Cho lightsaber form. The Determination form, also known as Shi-Cho or Form 1, is a defensive style that is ideal when heavily outnumbered. This form has the following effects. Attack modifier +1, defense +3, and defense versus current target -3. Note that defense bonuses are cumulative, so this form provides a net +0 defense against your current target, but +3 defense against targets that are not enemies that are not your target. Okay, so small. If we were fighting with the lightsaber and using this form, we'd get a small bonus to attack and a big bonus to defense, but not against our current target. It's meant to protect us against everyone else around us. So, okay. It's an interesting determination being the name given to the... Or I guess maybe it's determination that like you're protecting yourself from everything else so you can just focus on the guy in front of you or something. Maybe that's... Oh, here's the compound. I'm not seeing that shield that you said we had to get through. I am seeing some more mercenaries, though. Oh, they don't see us because they don't have a sentry droid like 20 feet in front of them. So we'll be able to sneak up on them.
There's the landing pad. There should be a computer terminal I can access from there. Looks like we're going to have to fight our way there, though.
Why do you say that?
What do we have here? The Jedi. Saves us the trouble of looking for you. Corin Fault did say you were dangerous. Maybe he does know what he's talking about.
Seriously, Atten, we're gonna have to fight our way there. Why do you say that? Maybe because there's mercenaries all over the place between here and there? Okay, let's see. Corin Fault said we were dangerous. Maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. Have we encountered Corin Fault yet? I don't... Is that a name we've encountered before? Hold on, I wanna... Or is the... We've heard of a Goto guy who's the one who put a bounty out on us. I don't think the head of the exchange was Corin Fault. Oh. Okay, Corin Fault was the Zerka employee at the cantina who was how we got the information. So, okay. It was kind of rude of him to talk to us like we were friends and then, like, okay, now he's sending mercenaries after us. Alright. Who are you? He was right. Mercenaries? How about I pay you 500 credits and you stay out of my way? Or enough talk, let's get this out of the way. Now let's... When have we ever had enough talk? We need to draw this out as much as we can. Who are you guys?
Fault hired me to keep everyone out of the restoration zone. You in particular.
But why? What's down here? We've done a miserable job of it so far. Or enough talk, let's get this out of the way. Yeah, well, I mean, they haven't really failed so far, 'cause haven't actually made it into the restoration zone, but those other mercenaries were part of your crew. I will admit, not all that impressed. So, but why? What's down here?
A grenade with your name on it, Jedi. Attack!
Well, I want to see. Okay,
More where that came from. More where that came from.
wow, for a mercenary commander, you are not that tough. I bet this veteran mercenary's tougher than you, or would be if Beodur didn't take down his shield.
More where that came from.
Wait, what? Oh, you threw the grenade at okay.
More where that came from.
Doesn't look like you did much damage, though. And I guess now we'll run halfway across the compound and take out this guy.
More where that came from.
Okay, and these turrets.
More where that came from.
I guess I can't complain too much about the lack of rest because we really don't need it. Oh. Yeah, Beodur's low defense there is gonna kind of hurt, though, that we, yeah, he can't take many hits, though. And I'm out of force points, so all we can do is just punch people. Punch or kick. Oh, that's right. Atten Sam, we gave him like an extra feat or something that he can keep getting back up, or he's harder to take down or something. There was something I saw about that. It was his special ability or something. Well, we're out of combat now, so hopefully they'll both wake up soon. Okay, no, I want to get around here to... Okay, Arcanian blinders. Okay, these look kind of like the visors that those guys had. Check out what those are. Once we clear out the rest of the people here, we'll Nope. Hey! Guys, I wanted to rest and recuperate before I started. Okay, sorry, I thought you were close enough to be healed by that. Okay, I think we're going to see that a lot, because I think that's just going to keep getting up and going to keep getting targeted. Okay, let's save our force points for healing. Dude, you're fighting me! Why are you gonna turn away from the enemy you're currently fighting to run halfway across the battlefield and try to hit the range unit with your sword? Okay, Ed, you probably could have kept firing at this battle instead of going and picking a fight with more guys. So, I guess this raises the question, does this mean I'm a bad general, or do I just have really bad soldiers?
That came from...
Tech droid oxidizer. Oh, that looks like there's some issues on Twitch. Okay, not sure if that was a Twitch issue or an issue on my side. Looks like, according to my recording, we haven't had any issues here, so hopefully it all works out well in the end. Okay, so Tech droid oxidizers. Want to just fire it at a droid to make them rusty? Yes. Hey, okay, you guys are both here. Can heal you up a little bit. Okay, we'll keep healing as we get more points. Don't seem to be able to go inside any of these buildings, so I guess I'm not going to explore those too much. Okay, an Arcanian energy shield, frag grenades, an Artec SD belt, I believe that's some kind of stealth, and adrenal alacrity. Okay, good. Okay, remains. Okay, with advanced repair kit. And
what's going on?
Here, better take recover these now that we're not actually being fired upon. Now's the time to do some mine clearing. Let's go ahead and look at our items that we've got so far. Okay, so Aratech Droid Oxidizer has 3 to 8 ion damage and more ion damage against droids. Attack modifier +1 and slightly upgradable. The Aratech Ion Blaster is designed to be capable against all types of opponents, replacing the need to carry a second anti-droid sidearm. Okay, so it does damage against... somehow does ion damage in sufficient amounts to make it useful against non-droids as well. While ion weapons are generally less damaging against organic components, they are powerful against droids. Also, ion damage can penetrate some defenses that will stop typical blaster fire. Ion weapons cannot utilize most power pack upgrades. Okay, so that's why a scope you can pretty easily put on just about anything. Just needs something to mount it to. The chamber, I guess we can affect somewhat, but the power pack, I guess, uses a different power pack that we can't just upgrade it. Okay, frag grenades, concussion grenades. Spacer sensor. Dexterity +1 and gives, weapon focus, blaster pistol, blaster rifle. Nobody needs that. Okay, these visors are often used by smugglers and others who desire better combat skills yet are too focused on other endeavors to learn them normally. So in the Star Wars universe, this would basically be a real-life cheat code. Just like, just put these on and now you're instantly good with blasters. Okay, Arcanian Blinders. Defense bonus 1. Damage immunity 10% versus fire. Okay, reduced fire. I guess that makes sense. Having kind of a mask over your face would help keep flames from getting to your face too much, and your face would be a rather sensitive portion you'd want to protect. Okay, an immunity to stun, fear, and horror. Due to their high sensitivity to infrared light, Arcanians developed IR blinders, or infrared blinders, for when they travel to worlds with suns that are high in such light emissions. This technology was adapted to filter out excessive amounts of any electromagnetic energies, thus preventing any ocular overload. Okay, and I guess because you can't see as much, you're less likely to be afraid or horrified by stuff. Okay, that's kind of fun. Might be... and that defense bonus, that might be better for somebody. Let's see who. Arcanian Energy Shield. Okay, I think we've seen this before. Even 2,000 years after the designs were pioneered, Arcanian technology remains desirable. When equipped and activated, this forearm shield protects against a variety of combat conditions, though it must be replaced often due to burnout. And the Achani Shield. Chani put much effort into developing a forearm shield that, once activated, would allow a mercenary to close on a blaster-wielding enemy relatively unscathed. This unit is discarded once its energy cells are depleted. Okay, hyperadrenal stamina. Stealing the user against pain. This stim provides a very large boost in constitution. Stim bonuses that affect the same statistic do not stack. Advanced med pack contains an improved array of equipment for the treatment of wounds. Cannot be used by droids. A life support pack contains dermal regenerators and other equipment for the treatment of wounds. Okay. Advanced repair kit. Included are an improved assortment of tools and parts needed to repair a droid that has been damaged in combat. You would think having the tools would be reusable, but I guess maybe if the parts, you're going to need more parts anyway, so I guess maybe the tools to deal with those parts are just, make them disposable so they can just include them in every pack or something. Frag mines send blasts of shrapnel through any nearby enemies. This is the basic model. Okay, we have a broadened chamber. This item can broaden the beam of certain blaster types, increasing damage. I was a little disappointed that's right, all of the item upgrades are very, very basic in their description. They don't really give us... We just have like one general overlay, overlay that's for any overlays we get. I mean, they have different effects, and we can see the different effects, but I was kind of thinking it'd be fun to see, like, oh, armor ply plating. Tell us what armor ply plating is or something. Okay, this Artec sound dampening belt reduces all sound that the user might make. Opponents must make an awareness check versus user stealth skill +2 or remain unaware. Okay. The belt additionally helps shield the user from sonic attacks. The user must have paid points in the stealth to get full use. Okay. Okay, we have droid motivator booster. An upgrade that gives 2 defense and 1 dexterity. This module ties directly in with the droid's motivators, increasing their output drastically. Even the most sluggish droids will show a marked improvement. Okay, giving more dexterity. Droid surveillance gets some more awareness, demolitions, and dexterity. An upgrade designed for light scout droids and other listening modules. And dash plate. Wait a second. That seems a little odd. I think both of these... Okay, these... Okay, they require different feats, but these have to be different slots because this requires droid upgrade class 3, but defense bonus of 2 and dexterity 1, whereas the dash plating is upgrade class 1, but gives us 6 defense bonus. But I guess this is probably like the armor slot, and this is the extra slot or something, so we can... requires a higher upgrade class because we can upgrade our defense more than we normally could, I guess, by combining the 2 slots or something. Okay. Desh is a very flexible but less sturdy metal. When combined with another metal, it provides a cost-effective way to protect droids. This armor uses a Desh and Moranium alloy that cuts the weight and expense, but at a cost to the durability. Okay, see, that's like what I wanted for the like underlays and overlays and things. Like, tell me more about these Star Wars space materials and stuff. So, okay, so let's see. What am I? We have sonic nullifiers. Oh no, this is Beodur has sonic nullifiers. Resistant sonic. Okay. Atten has the stealth field enhancer. Does he have points in stealth? He has some skill in stealth. Yes, but we're not really using stealth all that much. And I just have +1 wisdom from that. Oh, we need someone with medium armor proficiency, so we can't use that. Can Atten use it? Yeah, I don't think... Well... I was going to say, I don't think he needs the stealth bonus, but... Actually, that defense bonus... Beodur really needs defense, so... Go ahead and take it, buddy. And I'm trying to recall. I think that mask. Okay, I was gonna say it kind of looks like Darth Revan's mask, but it's, I guess not quite as much as I was picturing. I guess it looks kind of more like Boba Fett's mask, like, or Boba Fett or Jango Fett or like the Mandalorian armor masks. So, which I guess if these guys are mercenaries, maybe there's a connection there.
What's going on?
Okay, you need to access this console, I believe.
Hopefully I'll be able to access the shield network from this console.
Oh, okay. This is what you're gonna do.
Good. It's functional, and my passcodes still work. Now let's find your ship.
How does the shield network help you find the ship? I guess if it got in here, it must have gotten through the shield or something, so maybe you can see where the shield went down. I don't know. The TSF said the Ebonhawk wasn't at any sanctioned landing site. What makes you think you can find it? Okay, that's a little... seems a little rude, but it's our only option.
The TSF probably thinks the ship was put down in the wastes, but they don't know the planet as well as I do. Telos' atmosphere has been turned into acidic vapor. Landing a ship in the wastes would be like sealing it in a hangar full of hungry Minots.
I'd say there's probably an illegal landing site somewhere then.
So that means there's probably an unsanctioned landing site somewhere on the planet. Still
That's what Atten
shielded,
just said.
but not a restoration zone or other listed facility. That's why I need access to the shield network.
Okay, so the shield is keeping out like the
Here,
harmful
a small
areas.
anomaly in the shield network's power grid. I'm not surprised the TSF didn't spot this. It's subtle, more like an error or random flux than anything suspicious.
Are we going to head over there and then find out that it actually was just an error or random flux? That would be disappointing. What is it if it's not an error or random flux?
It looks like power is being drawn to generate a shield over a small area in the polar region, but nothing should be down there. Orbital cameras show nothing, just an empty mesa.
How are we going to get to the polar region? Orbital cameras, so... I guess... unless I'm mistaken, I guess you can have orbital cameras that pass over polar regions. You just can't really... I don't think you can have like a geostationary polar camera. So how are we going to get to the polar regions?
That's a little tougher. According to the computer, a shuttle is currently docked inside the research facility. At least there was at last report, though that was months ago.
So we don't know that the shuttle will still be there or working?
I don't, but that's not going to stop me. I'm getting back to Citadel if I have to build a new ship myself.
That's decided then. We should get going.
There's one other small problem. Recently, Zerka teams that were sent into the military facility have not been coming out. But it's not as though we have any choice.
Okay, well, let's go. Okay, so we need to find a shuttle in the military base and then fly to a small mesa in Telos's polar region. Okay. This is the old military base, not the new one. Ah! Okay, guys, do not walk on that. That's the exact opposite of what I suggested. Just gonna go around here. This is a very odd-shaped cart. Like, having these large, like, sides here, like, for this cargo, it's not really helping it stay on, and it's just making the cart a lot wider and probably more unwieldy to try to get through passages. I guess maybe it can sometimes be used to haul larger things, but I'd almost think it would be more effective if you put these sideways and had them, like, you know, two of them down here and one on top or something. You know, use the walls, let you carry multiples of them. And not sure why there's just these holes in the side.
This arm of mine isn't just for show, General. Stand back. The Zerka mercenaries were a little surprised when I broke my way out of my holding cell. The shields there were even weaker than these. After you.
Beodur has the ability to break through various shields with his repulsor fist. But apparently he had to point at the area that he was going to punch, I guess to remind himself, like, hit here. At least that's what it looked like with him. Okay.
More bees, poison. More where that came from. More where that came. More where that came from.
Oh, now that we're all good and poisoned. Do we have antidotes? Here we have one antidote kit. Okay, good. We're poison wore off. So, all right. Let's see. I guess fortunately these seem like they're just a one-time trap, not a repeatedly every time we run over it. Okay, so we have some components. Okay, some crafting components. We have a dead Zerka guy we can't interact with. Okay, we have this bin. Oh, more poison. Security tunneler and security spike tunneler. Okay. You know what? Might as well just go ahead and trigger that. So okay, now you guys stay away. See, if I trigger them all, then I'm the only one who has to deal with it, and they'll wear off. And if I trigger them now, we'll hopefully... See, it's already gone. So they'll all have worn off before we have to get to any cutscenes or anything. So, okay, slice into the security console. Oh, okay. Let's have Beodur do it.
What's going on?
Beodur, can you do this? All right, he knows the right stuff. Okay, download facility map. Deactivate the local turrets. That could have been useful before we destroyed them. Okay. We could use a frag mine to blow up the door, but... There we go.
More where that came from.
How many droids are there in this place? You would think they didn't want people sneaking into the old military facility. Okay, so I have a door here that leads to a dead end, and a little cave passage here that's a dead end. Administrative ID card. Okay, that might be useful. Any information about it? The ID card looks like it is designed to be inserted into some sort of terminal. Okay. Adrenal stamina. Good. Okay, so maybe let's just go around the gas pits this time. Okay, make sure they're gonna walk like straight towards me, so make sure that they get to me before we take corners. This Zerka guy made it a little further in. This one further yet. Okay, we got droids either side.
More where that came from.
Atten, way to go running in just so you could turn your back on the enemy.
More where that that came from. More where that came from.
Okay. Battle stimulant and a repair kit. Good. Arcanian energy shield and bronzium light battle armor. Hey, Beodur needs some armor. Let's check this one out.
What's going on?
Okay, so let's see. This molded armor is made of better materials than standard military issue, but is still relatively cheap and easy to mass produce, making it ideal for light militias and the like. Hey, and we don't care about it having a low dexterity bonus because Beodur is not doing dexterity stuff. So that's good. So let's go ahead and give you that. And look, now he has defense of 21. You won't be getting knocked out quite so often, or getting really close to getting knocked out quite so often. Wow, that's a very different look for you. I'm assuming you just, like, rolled up the sleeve or something to above your cuff here, because otherwise that would be or I guess if we're not giving it to anyone else, maybe he just like cut off the sleeve right there, but I was just kind of curious about this symbol on the back. I don't recognize it. I don't know if it's a symbol of a faction or something, or if it's just like this is that clothing line or something, the manufacturer's symbol. Droid impact armor Mark II. Good. Droid surveillance upgrade. We already checked on that.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's impenetrable to normal attacks. Beodur, destroy it with your fist. Your fist, that was your foot. Oh, here's some more turrets. I wonder, did our messing with the computer earlier turn these off, or are we going to have to fight them?
More where that came from.
We are fighting them, okay.
More where that came from. 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 More where that came from.
So, looking at us now, Atten, we need to find you a better outfit at some point, because, like, Beodur and I look like we could be members of a superhero team or something, and you just look like a normal guy. That's just, I mean, it's not a bad look, I guess, but it's just this might be better if we all do like the superhero thing. Although I guess it also helps that, like, I'm a Jedi, so I can use the Force. That's kind of a superpower. Beodur has a mechanical arm, or he's like, not really sure what you'd call that. He's got a cyborg arm, so he's more of like the gadget-based superhero. Atten, I guess maybe you can just be like the Hawkeye of the team or something, and you're just shoot at people from a range. That's all I do. So, okay, yeah. Beodur, get the force field. Good. And hey, you're right. There's a shuttle.
One orbital shuttle. Looks like it's in serviceable condition. That's all a moot point, though.
Why is that? Serviceable not good enough for you? Yeah, why is that?
The hangar bay doors are closed. I don't fancy flying the shuttle through solid metal, so I'd say we need to find a way to get them open. We'll also need to find the ignition codes for the shuttle, or else we'll have some trouble getting off the ground. If we get all that, I wouldn't worry about what shape this heap is in. I'll get it running.
Wow. So, oh, that's a moot point because we haven't opened the doors yet. I mean, did you think we were going to try to fly out without opening the doors? That's... Okay, this droid has been deactivated. Okay, we have military door here. The military-grade security door cannot be opened from here. Wait, what did it say? From here, it can be controlled by a maybe controlled by a nearby terminal. Okay, I don't see any nearby terminals there, so... Okay. The old orbital shuttle doesn't have a hyperdrive, but if you can get out of the restoration zone once you have the ignition pass... But it can get you out of the restoration zone once you have the ignition passcodes and open the underground hangar doors above you. Okay. Okay, so we're trying to open the doors above it. Okay, that explains a little better why it's at this strange angle. I was wondering if it had like flown in through there, in which case this would be a very strange angle to park. If it came down from above, then it might... I guess not only might it not care what angle it's at, but it actually... Oh wow. It looks like this is a small enough door that it actually had to be at a diagonal to be able to fit into it. Probably this hangar bay was meant for a much smaller shuttle, and then they upgraded the shuttle to like the largest they could actually fit in the hangar. Okay, so we have bay control and we have security door. Can we get in here? Let me swap. There we go. Okay, so we can unlock the hangar doors. Failure. Base reactors offline. Cannot unlock hangar doors. Okay, that might make sense. There's enough power to have the computers turn on, but I guess the doors are probably large enough. Maybe the heavy machinery might have its own generators and things that we're gonna have to restore power to it. Bayodir, can you let us into here? See what's...
Let's go.
Thank you. Oh. You know, we always see people selling Pazak cards and playing Pazak stuff. Here's a bunch of Pazak cards that are just lying here. Why can't I just take some of these and use those to make my deck? Okay, Arcanian energy shield and a synthesized Kunda lens. Okay, so that's upgrade equipment. Med pack. Components and a Sith disruptor. And a bunch of credits. And Theodore, see if you can take a look at this. Turn off the security gas vents. Yes, please. Security gas vents deactivated.
Just say the word.
I don't know. Personally, I think gas vents seem a little bit not great for security, just because there's such a good chance of the gas escaping and affecting innocent bystanders, or if you were defending, like, it could affect your own people. Like, it doesn't seem like a great idea. But what do I know? I'm not a military base designer. Maybe the gas vents are perfect for guarding military bases. Okay, you guys just gonna let me take this guy up? Okay, no. Bayodir's gonna come in and steal the kill because, of course, he needs to get the credit, I guess. Advanced med pack. Military-grade security door cannot be opened from here. It may be controlled by a terminal nearby.
More where that came from.
Okay, and seal the kill that time. No remains here. Oh. Hello, sir. Are you a Zerka employee? I'm guessing by the looks of it. Sorry, sir, I will be with you just after we deal with this defense droid. Okay, good.
You asked for it.
Are they firing at us through the fort? There's a force field there. How are you guys firing at us?
Let's go.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Zerka employee. We will be back after we finish these droids.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Okay, droid lockout bypass. Okay. And droid reference database. Let's go see what this Zerka guy is all about. Zerka salvage crew. Oh, that would explain why so many of those guys had like salvage bags and things. At last, someone else. Are you part of a rescue team? Who are you? Or no, I'm not. No, we're not part of a rescue team. I mean, I guess at least not one that's assigned that function. I guess we have rescued you in a sense, assuming you survived the journey out. I'm part of the first Zerka salvage team. I hid here when the turrets and droids went online. I haven't been able to reach anyone. You're here to get us out of here, yes? Okay, so that's why Zerka was able to get so far in, because the droids and the turrets were disabled, so once they figured out about the gas traps, they were able to get around them, but then somehow the droids and turrets got activated, and so, people got killed at various points, probably trying to get out. Follow me out. Or why would I waste my time? Or find your own way out. We'll help you out. Okay, follow me. I will, thank you. Wait. Are we almost... Are we almost... Dude. It is going to be a long trip if you're going to ask that every 2 steps. We haven't even left the area where we found you. Okay, just keep following me. Or stop following me, find your own way out. You're definitely going to want to prioritize getting this guy out if he's going to whine the whole way. Okay. So, make sure this droid doesn't suddenly come to life and kill him, because that would be kind of unfortunate. Still following us, dude? No, where'd he go? Hello? How did you get lost here? Are we almost... Just keep following me. Yeah. No. Hello, over here. Thank you. There we go. Okay, yep. Okay, now it's pretty much a straight shot for... Oh, no, it's just up to here. Okay, I think we turn left and then it's a straight shot out. Okay. Okay, here's the way out. Thank you again. I'll wait here for the next freighter.
I guess the Jedi Code is still alive and well.
Anyone in need deserves our help if we are able to give it, or if we are capable of it. If someone suffers, then they are worth our time. Maybe you're right. I'd forgotten about attracting attention. Oh yeah, we should have just let that guy, rot and die because, he seems like such a threat. I'm not going to bother explaining it to you. Let's go. Now, if we are capable of it, then anyone in need deserves our help.
If you say so, I'm not sure I believe it. There's a lot of people who need help in the galaxy. If we stop to help each one, the Sith are going to be on us faster than anything. Let's just accomplish our mission first, then worry about everyone else.
Now, see, Ad, you're thinking about this all wrong. I mean, first of all, there's the moral issue of, should we help people or not, and that's important. But even if we're being strictly pragmatic about this, every time we help someone, that is experience points. And if we keep doing these side quests and bonus quests and everything, we will level up just from those so that when we get back to our main quest, we will be over leveled and it will be much, much easier. Whoop, I did not mean to go outside there. So, and I'm afraid, even if we're not looking at it from a moral stance, just from a what benefits us the most point of view, do your side quests and missions first, and then get on to the main quest. But then again, I guess that's why I'm the main character, not Atten, because he just doesn't really understand how these things work. So I will say, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Beodur is a Zabrak, or Zabrak, and that is actually the species that Darth Maul was in...
I hear you.
In Phantom Menace.
Stuck.
Blast cylinder appears to have been damaged. You can't unlock it, but you may be able to blast it open with an explosive charge. Okay.
I'll just leave this right here.
So, let's get out of the way. Oh, wow, okay, why am I turning so much? So, I do have to say, it appears to me that the Zabrak species looks considerably less sinister when they're not all painted up or tattooed up or whatever in black and red, and just have a more neutral skin tone. Medpack and adrenal stamina. Okay, good. It's totally worth blowing up a crate and risking blowing ourselves up for. Okay. Telos military droid. Looks like they're dancing. This one stretching up tall and these ones crouching down. It's kind of adorable.
More where that came from.
But soon I'm afraid you're all going to be disabled.
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
Okay. As a catchphrase, I just don't think that's going to catch on. You need more than a catchphrase to really be a superhero. Okay, what do we got here? Got terminals and doors. And these are racks where something was. These were some droid. Yeah, we can see here. These must be like charging stations for the droids or something. Status inactive. Log out. Let's have Beodur take a look at this because he's better with computer stuff. Okay. Oh, yep. The droids are charging, so we can overload the droid recharging stations. Okay. That's what happens if you overload a droid, so make sure you don't leave your Roomba plugged in for too long, I guess. Okay, got some experience points for that. And see, Atten, we get some experience points. Now, we'll be able to level up quicker, and...
This is too tough for me.
Okay, so we can't actually go in there. I guess there's probably not any... I guess there's not any parts or anything. Okay, here's some workspace areas. I have to say, even as open offices go, this feels like a very... This feels like a very odd setup. Like, in more traditional offices, you have everybody in cubicles, which helps with privacy and noise and things. More recently, a lot of places have been going to more open offices where desks will be clumped together, which reduces privacy somewhat, but it's supposed to be, I guess, for more open communication and things. Here you have everybody separated, so you're not really communicating as much unless you're shouting across the room. But you also have no privacy or no sound dampening or anything. So it's like the worst of both worlds here. Who designed this military base? It's essentially one long hallway that just wraps around it. So, like, what about all this area in the middle? That seems like just kind of wasted. I guess maybe we're meant to believe that there's, like, these doors. Yeah, there was a door there. Maybe that leads to some place that we just don't see on the map. That still seems just kind of odd. Oh, military base sublevel. So, okay, we're going to go downstairs at some point, I guess. And there's the reactor. Okay, so we'll go here. Hopefully, I wonder if we'll be able to get to the reactor first, or if we'll have to go downstairs first. Oh, fingers were off. It's accidentally switching between targets. Okay, so we have this area. Hey, it's an HK unit. Damaged HK protocol droid.
This droid has been damaged and does not appear to be functional.
Apparently it has enough function to speak to us and tell us that it does not appear to be functional. Let's activate the droid. Success. The droid is now active. However, many of its functions still appear to be disabled. Okay, can you follow me? I mean, in the last game we encountered HK47, who was a protocol droid with a lot of assassin protocols. This game we had a similar HK unit who was assigned, was an assassin bounty hunter droid thing that was targeting us. Here's another one. I'm sure it'll be fine just having it follow us. Especially when it's damaged, and who knows what damage that may have done, what inhibitors that may have affected, or maybe it just caused it to blow up. Huh. What I was really hoping for is that we're trying to find these HK47 parts to rebuild HK47, and I was hoping that maybe finding this guy, he would have had one of the parts we needed. But don't see any remains or anything, so I guess that's unlikely. That's too bad. And med pack. Nothing over there.
What's going on?
We're gonna have these turrets on us. Oh. No, these turrets have been disabled. Okay, well that was good.
Yeah?
Unless this droid's also been disabled. And we have the disabled droid there. Is this going to be one of those situations where things seem to be turning our way? Once we get this reactor up and running, everything's going to suddenly activate and turn against us? Probably. Okay, reactor's currently offline. Let's start the reactor. Oh, that door opened. So all those droids would have been coming out to get us if we had if we hadn't overloaded them. And I'm not sure what that was. Opened up to appear to something in there. And yep, everything's coming online. Oh dear. Can we activate the droid? Maybe it'll fight for us? No. Okay.
More where that came from. Everyone down.
Let's get this over with.
Okay. Now let's level up. Keep our wisdom going up so we can get more force points and better force abilities. Master Force Focus. Ooh, what's this? This feat adds +4 to the difficulty class for all saving throws against the character's force powers. Okay. So our force abilities will get even more powerful and harder to resist. Good. We have a feat. Improved dueling, +2 to attack, +2 to defense. That would be good. Okay, so increased vitality would be good. Stealth run. Could move faster when we're stealthed. Just move faster overall. Finesse, we don't need finesse. Improved dual strike, so that gives us a bonus attacking someone an ally's also attacking. Okay. Making cross-class skills class skills. Okay, I'm thinking so far Okay, I think this is what we want. Advanced Jedi Defense. This feat gives the character a +3 bonus to all deflection rolls. Certain items may apply a bonus or penalty to this ability. But we want... This will not only help us deflect blaster bolts better, but it'll give us a better chance of deflecting them back at an enemy, which could be especially useful in cases where we have a lot of enemies firing at us, both to keep us safe and if they start hitting themselves a lot, we might even be able to take a few of them down with us before we get to them. So, okay, we'll focus on getting Master Defense up, because then the next level is +6 bonus to all deflection rolls. Yeah. It'll probably be what we focus on, is getting those, and then getting the duelist bonus, then maybe our dual strike bonus for helping with party members, and then toughness, maybe. I don't know, we might also throw regenerate vitality points in there at some point. A lot of it will depend on just how many feats we get, 'cause we might not have enough to get everything. But, okay. Force Channel. Okay, so we get a bonus. Ooh, we have 2 powers. Definitely going to want to have improved healing. Go from heal 5 vitality points +1 for every charisma modifier. Oh, so there's where charisma modifier will help. To 15 +1 for every charisma modifier. Oh. Oh, never mind. Charisma modifier, wisdom modifier, and level of the force user. So, still beneficial to just go with wisdom over charisma, I think. Poisons are neutralized by this effect. That's good. Okay. And another power. Ooh, we can destroy droids. Let's see. So, the currently disabled droid temporarily shuts down all droids within 5 meters of a target droid. Inflicts damage equal to our level, and affected droids remain disabled for 12 seconds. Fortitude save of 5 plus modifiers. Okay, this still has saving throw of 5 plus modifiers, but affects all droids within 6 meters of a target droid for 12 seconds, and inflicts 1 to 6 damage per level of the attacking character. So, at least as much damage, possibly 6 times as much damage. So that's good. Yeah, let's definitely go with that. Be very useful against all these droids. Okay, you get sneak attack, 6, that's good. Stealth run. Okay, skills. I'm not sure that we... I mean, improving some of his special abilities might help a little bit, but I think giving him more defense would probably help more in the long run. Extra vitality point. So, I did want to see what this is. Force Channel. Okay, so we had lightsaber form Shicho there. Force Channel is a force form. This Force Channel form involves standard meditation techniques that all Jedi learn through their training. The effects of the force form, of this force form, are force point regeneration plus 50%, non-combat, so whenever we're not in combat, we'll regenerate force points faster. Force power damage plus 3, so we do more damage with our attacks, like our destroy droid attack. And saves versus force powers plus 2. Okay, so we'll be better at resisting enemy Jedi. How do we do that? Okay, where... Oh. Well, I'm not using a lightsaber, so let's go ahead and switch to Force Channel Initiated. Okay. That's good. So we restored the reactor, so we can technically go open the doors in the shuttle bay, but we don't have the launch codes, so I guess we have to go downstairs to get the launch codes. No. Or not. This door has been magnetically sealed and cannot be opened at this time. So I guess we need to go back to the shuttle bay and see what... It's probably that big door that opened up and the thing that was behind it might be our next path forward. Oh, this door opened up. Wait, we can go through that door? Is there something hidden in there? Right, droid defense barrier. Okay. A droid upgrade. Droid modular plating Mark II. We are certainly getting a lot of droid upgrades. Once we get our droid friends back. Droid agrenium armor. And droid motivator booster. Okay. Okay, datapad, components, and credits. What's on the datapad? Datapad contains the ignition code for the orbital shuttle in the underground hangar. Okay. So I guess we maybe don't need to go underground at all. Parts. Or, I guess further underground. We're already kind of underground here. What with the ground being above us and all. Tank droid. Okay, let's see. Whoa, giant, like, walking. It looks kind of like an ATST, the chicken walkers in the original trilogy, but one with a really big chin. And it seems to be stuck on something.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Whoa. Is it launching like grenades at us or something? Okay, fortunately, even though it saved against our attacks, it still, I think Destroy Droid still did quite a bit of damage to it. So, okay. Yeah, it had like these cannons here, and then it had the grenade launcher things. But on the other hand, being a giant, easy to hit target without any way to maneuver in here probably wasn't the most helpful thing. Okay, it's odd we can see it highlighted, can't click on it. Am I stuck? Let me see if I approach it from this angle. Okay. Parts. Sometimes the game just doesn't like... It's trying to find a path. It wants you to approach from a certain way, and if you're off, then it's like, oh, I don't know how to get you over there. Okay, some components. Advanced medpack, sonic grenade, and a CNS strength enhancer. That sounds useful. Medpack, a Bothan droid disruptor. An advanced medpack. Credits. Advanced repair kit, plasma grenade, and credits. Frag grenade. Well, I also like all the... Like, there's all this loot in here just behind the giant tank droid. Like, should we lock that up in an armory somewhere or a vault or something? It's like, nah, behind the giant droid. The droid will protect it, and if people get through the droid, then, I mean, haven't they really earned a reward anyway? So. Go ahead and open up the bay. Hangar doors unlocked. Okay. And now let's check our new stuff before we head off. Sith Disruptor. Great description. The Sith Disruptor design is compatible with most types of blaster upgrades. Okay. It does unstoppable damage, so it's a disruptor pistol. Fully upgradable. Bothan Droid Disruptor. Okay, more ion damage against droids. Droids can be difficult obstacles for a spy, but these weapons take all the guesswork out of dealing with them. Okay, yep. One of the things we know about Bothans is that they do have, at least by the time of the original trilogy, they apparently do have some kind of a spy network or some kind of espionage and intelligence gathering. So, because the Bothans were the ones that got the plans for the second Death Star. I don't know that we actually ever see any Bothans on screen. We're just when Mon Mothma is briefing the fleet before its attack, she just says, many Bothans died to bring us this information. Okay, plasma grenade. These grenades release a quick burst of incendiary agent that ignites immediately, damaging all enemies within the area of effect. Ooh, strength enhancer. All saves +2, strength +2. An experimental system that amplifies power signal along the length of the central nervous system. This generator, attached to a belt, provides greater impulses to all muscles, as well as a resistance to all sorts of perturbations of the user's system. Okay, that seems kind of scary that it would do that, but at the same time very useful. Okay, security spike, synthesized Kunda lens. Oh, okay, this is a lightsaber. The Kunda Stone has numerous practical applications in medicine and communications. It can also be combined with normal lens to produce a broader yet still focused beam, giving more deflection bonus. Okay, so for like lightsaber components, apparently they'll give a more of a description on what stuff is. Agrinium armor. Agrinium is used to create solar sails and is highly resilient to all forms of radiation. Applied to droid armor, it creates a highly effective barrier against many forms of damage. Oh yeah. Defense bonus 5 and damage immunity to a bunch of different stuff. This armor is used on lightweight repair droids that maintain the sails on deep space sail ships. Impact. This is Impact Armor Mark II. Impact Armor is designed to help absorb some of the wear and tear droids can take in an active workplace and save the chassis from major damage. First in the series to be seriously considered armor, the Mark II provides decent uniform covering. Okay, modular plating Mark II. Modular plating was designed as a lightweight yet durable substitute for heavier, more cumbersome armor. The Mark II has become the standard given its high protection versus weight ratio and is used in almost every droid army. So with different droids having different upgrades, are we meant to understand that like most of the droids had kind of all these upgrades together and it's just we're only collecting the ones that survived, or were different droids upgraded differently? Sorry, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold here. With all the droids, because if all the droids had like different upgrades, that seems like that would be a nightmare for your quartermaster or IT crew or whoever maintains the droids. Droid reference database gives repair +4 skill and attack modifier +2 versus droids. This unit provides your droid with a library of schematics that it can draw upon when repairing or dismantling technology. Okay, so it gives a repair bonus because it can more easily look up like what what a like a droid schematics to figure out how to repair it, and gives an attack bonus against droids because it's not as good as the repair bonus because a lot of the stuff is inside. You wouldn't be able to get at it, but if there are any weak spots, you'd know where to target them, I guess. Droid lockout bypass, computer use and security. Okay. This interface is designed to bypass most standard lockout and security measures common for mass-produced terminals and locks. Because you want a standard unit that's just like, yeah, this can help you hack computers and get through locked doors. Why wouldn't that be a off-the-shelf product that just anyone can go buy? Okay, and droid defense barrier. Okay, it's just a normal little shield unit. The droid defense barrier is the standard for units in droid armies, providing decent protection at a reasonable cost to the buyer. Okay,
Let's go.
Level you up. Okay, we can give you enhanced skills. We can give you... Have you regenerate vitality points? Okay, let's have you go through the dueling stuff, get these bonuses, and then we'll have you regenerate later on. And then also, instead of this inertial inhibitor, let's go ahead and give you this strength enhancer. It'll help you with your unarmed attacks, your strength, and give you more saving throws. Or better saving throws, I should say. Alright, now let's head to the Arctic regions. Okay, if it can get us out of the restoration zone, take the shuttle to the shielded mesa in Telos' polar region. I guess polar rather than Arctic. Not getting shot at this time, that's nice.
Statement. We have arrived too late. The target has evaded us. We must pursue it. Observation. They have likely escaped aboard the orbital shuttle that has been docked here. The bay control computer likely will have a record of their departure. Query. Have you discovered anything about the shuttle's course? Answer. I have managed to track the shuttle's movement across the SHIELD network. However, the SHIELD network does not stretch over the polar region, which was the shuttle's apparent destination. Statement. Dispatch a unit to the polar region with the last known coordinates and approximate path of the shuttle. They will not escape us again.
You would think that last would be like command
Well,
or
this can't be any worse
something
than
rather
last
than
time.
statement.
So that's the hole in the SHIELD network, huh? Doesn't look like much to me.
No, but it's very impressive how perfectly round that mesa is. And
You've got to be kidding me. It's not my fault.
yeah, we're not having good luck with shuttles today, are we? Don't worry yet, and I don't think any of us really...
An excellent shot, even with the prevailing winds. I couldn't have done it better myself. Field assessment. I picked up on the heat forms of the Jedi and his allies. Activate the mines and prime the self-destruct sequences.
Crae's with us again, I guess.
Relieved statement. Oh, Jedi, it is good to see you intact. We were concerned that shooting down your shuttle would damage you irreparably. Quick clarification, but But now that we have found you, we hope that we can facilitate communications. Unnecessary addendum. And put an end to hostilities.
I'm glad that they're conscious of the fact that their addendum was unnecessary. Any reason you shot down my vessel? Or what are you assassin droids doing here? How many of you are there? If you want to fight, then come on. Destroying one of you is easy. Wiping out 3 of you might cause me to break a sweat. I'm not sure what these hovering things are. Okay, let's start with first things first. Why did you shoot down my vessel? Especially since you knew that there was a risk that it would kill me, and you apparently don't want me dead because I'm more valuable alive. Let's start with that.
Unnecessary clarification. We merely wish to cripple your vessel. Once we tracked your coordinates, we were able to deploy several droids in this location. Probing query. We are, however, curious as to why you chose to come to the remnants of the polar Telos irrigation system. There is nothing here that our instruments can detect. Eager threat. But we are looking forward to extracting your motives for coming here when we place you in torture restraints.
Okay, I hope that you're not still trying to pretend that you're being friendly, because that eager threat line kind of undermined that. So, what are you doing here? I don't know if that means here on this mesa or here on the planet, but I think we already know the answer, but let's hear it from them.
Self-evident answer. Wherever you try to run, we will be there, armed and ready. Rhetorical query. So the query you have posed to us is one we put to you. What are you doing here, we wonder?
Okay. And this was kind of done by JJ48 in the last game. His statement and answer and stuff, but with this game they really seem to be running with it. I think this was kind of where a lot of people really started having fun with this kind of having this kind of speech quirk, having to say it seemed to have to specify not only what kind of speech it is, but getting overly detailed on adjectives for it. So how many of you are there? Let's see, you've killed 1, and then there was the one downstairs, or in the military base, that followed us for a while and then got destroyed. So we've taken out 2, and there's 3 more here, so it's 5. There's the 2 that were exploring the military base, which technically our character hasn't seen, but we saw it in cutscene 7. So please tell me there's not more than 7 of you. How many?
Chiding statement. Oh, Jedi. There are as many of us as are needed to capture or kill our targets. Egotistical boast. And there are far more of us than any one Jedi. Destroy one of us, and more shall rise from the wreckage. Unnecessary threat. And our attack protocols are more than a match for you and your allies.
Somehow I doubt that. If you want to fight, then come on. Or, let's go. Destroying one of you is easy. Wiping out 3 of you might cause me to break a sweat. Okay, those are mines of some kind.
Time to take you down.
Master. Failing, Master.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Failing, Master.
Okay, correction. Taking out 3 of you did not, in fact, cause me to break a sweat. And not just because it's so cold out. You guys were kind of pathetic, to be honest. Okay, some droid armor, some more droid upgrades, and a droid weapon. Ooh, HK control cluster. Good. We'll need one of those to fix up HK47. I guess if there's more of you guys, that will make it fun, because it'll be interesting once we do get HK up and running to see what his response is to these droids. Okay, droid parabolic guy. Let's get some more droid equipment. Okay, you guys were quite well equipped.
I hear you.
Is Bayodur on here? Oh, here, this looks like him. Oh, is he okay? Bayodur looks as if he was knocked unconscious by the explosion. If you can find refuge, then he should recover in time. Okay. Okay, so he's still with us. That's good. We were giving her some like dark side abilities. Improved force scream. Okay. This was 3 to 18 points of sonic damage, reduces attributes by 2. All enemies 10 meters in front of the attacking character. This does 5 to 30 damage, and reduces attributes by 4. Okay, so let's do that. Let's have her scream at enemies. Okay, I'm not sure Mind Trick's really been that useful, so we won't bother giving that to her. Okay, she gets the lightsaber for him. That's good. Okay, we're going to want you getting that as we go forward. Also, we've been getting some buffing skills. So with this, movement speed is doubled and 2 defenses gained. This power allows a Jedi to move more swiftly than the physical limitations of his or her body should allow. For the duration of this ability, movement speed is doubled, defenses increased by 4, and 1 attack per round is gained. Particularly useful because, as I recall, I think, didn't it say like Kreia and I have some kind of a like empathic link or something that when one of us gets a boost, the other one gets a boost. So if she's in our party, if she does this for herself, she'll also she'll be able to also boost us up as well. So yeah, that'll be useful. Well, there's not really much on this mesa except the crashed ship and this bump. So let's see. Okay. Although I will hand it to those HK units, managing to hit it so that it brought us down on the mesa to a skidding halt without overshooting the mesa, that actually is kind of impressive. Uh-oh. These friends or foes?
Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
Okay. Who are you? Alright, we mean no harm. I'm not giving up my weapons. Or take my weapons and you die. I mean, honestly, the only one of us who even has weapons is Atten. So, yeah, we mean no harm. Atten, lower your weapons.
Why is it that everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes, it bears the semblance of an academy. But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atten. If he is a Jedi, he will forgive. And if he is not, he will not care.
You can't tell him, please. I'm asking you. I don't want him to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atten, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this man we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve him until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atten, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scowl like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Djarik can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here.
He's done such a great job flying the ship so far.
The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
Okay. So interesting interaction between Kreia and Atten. Let's wait for her to get over here and see what she has to say. When we get a dialogue option, we'll get...
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
Hold that thought. So we... now see the reason that specifically Kreia would join our party along with Atten and Beodur was knocked out, so that Kreia and Atten could both be conscious to have that little exchange. And interestingly enough, based on what story we've seen so far, I feel like we've gotten more, like we've had some indication of our character's backstory, and there's some people hunting Jedi and stuff. But I feel like what we've heard about Atten's backstory has been a bit more intriguing and kind of like want to find out what that's about more so than like why we're here doing our thing, I guess. But we probably shouldn't keep our host waiting. So, okay, tell me what you've done with my friends first. I thought you had taken the Exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yeah, you've returned wise. We have a history with her. At least she knows us. I want my property, my slaves, and my ship returned. Probably not the best attitude to take towards our companions. But it was not my intention to come here, Atris, or see you again. Okay, so this is Atris. Kreia mentioned Atris. Said she'd been clever to set up here, although she didn't elaborate, and implied that Atten would do well to. She seemed to think that we wouldn't mind Atten's dark secret past as much. We'd either forgive him or not care, but that Atris would probably very much care and never let him leave if she found out about it. So, okay. So it was not my intention to come here or see you again. Or, if you think I wanted to see your face again, you're sadly mistaken. Or, I'm looking for my ship so I can leave Telos. Alright, I am here because a pretentious Shuda stole my ship. Or revenge, you cast me out, now I've returned. Okay, yep. Okay, good. First things first, how are our friends doing? I understand you've got your security procedures and things, but like, are they okay? Are they being taken care of? Are you making sure that they're fed and aren't just neglected? Because they get lonely, I think, when they're left in force cages for too long.
Your concern is noted. Your friends have not been harmed. They have been detained for their safety.
Okay.
I find it unusual that you are traveling with others again. I had thought you had forsaken the company of others after the war. Or is that why you are here?
Okay. It was not my intention to come here, Atris, or see you again. I don't know if... Like, this is one of the things that it would be... Like, I feel like our response might be a little bit different than our characters, because Atris says, you know, we left. We apparently know Atris somewhat, and so we might, like, our character might know, would she be the type who's like, she's accusing us, you know, for coming here, or she's curious because we came here, or what? Like, is rejecting that, like, oh yeah, they're explaining that it was not our intention to come here or see her again. Like, is that something that she's liable to find comforting, like, oh, this was a mistake, or is she liable to find that insulting, that like oh yeah, you're, I don't know. I'm guessing it's meant to be a softer thing, because it seems like in general it's kind of been alternating between like better, you know, we had like, I want to see my friends, or I want to know what happened to my friends, and yeah, are my slaves all right? You know, oh, it was not my intention to come here or see you again. Or if you think I wanted to see your face again, you're sadly mistaken. I'm here looking for my ship, or I'm here because some pretentious Shuda stole my ship. You know, and then I'm here for revenge, nothing more. So it seems like it's kind of been, except for the last one, alternating good, bad. So I guess it's probably we can try to explain. Yeah, we didn't mean to come here and bother you. It was kind of a mistake.
Yet here you are. Perhaps you do not know yourself as well as you think. Regardless, your arrival here begs an explanation. Have you come to face the judgment of the Council, as you did so many years ago? Are you finally willing to admit that we were right to cast you out?
The Force brought me here. Refresh my memory, why did the Council cast me out? Or, the Council exiled me out of fear of Revan, of me, and of what we represented. Okay, so we've got some past with Revan. I guess maybe we were one of the... I guess we fought in the war, so I guess it would make sense. Yeah, we'd be, we fought in the war. I'm guessing that this would have been the Mandalorian Wars before the war with Revan. So when he was just leading Jedi and the Republic against the Mandalorians, I guess we were one of the ones that took up one of the ones who answered the call. Okay. Or maybe you should admit that it was the Council's decisions that led to the Jedi Civil War. I could not stand by and allow innocents to die in the Outer Rim. They were right. Jedi do not go to war no matter what the reasons. I deserved exile. I was no longer a Jedi. I'm not here to debate the Council's decision. I'm here for revenge, nothing more. Okay. So yeah, refresh my memory. Why did the Council cast me out? I mean, that's only probably one of the major critical events of my entire life, so you can understand I'm a little fuzzy on the details.
Why? Because you turned your back on us. And the Order. You followed Revan to war against the Mandalorians. The very war that made Revan a Lord of the Sith and ruined you.
Can you explain how the war ruined me? But the Republic asked the Jedi for aid. I did so for the Republic's sake, not Revan's. I could not stand by and allow innocents to die in the Outer Rim. The Council wanted to assess the threat while people were dying by the millions. Better to go to war than be ruled by cowardice. Or I'd follow Revan over the Jedi any day. I'm not here to debate the Council. I mean, I can kind of see what you're going for here, but the mere fact, like, if your only reason for going to war is because you don't want people to think you're a coward, that's not a great reason. Like you, that's more about like how people perceive you than about actual taking a stand for something. So yeah, Council was like, oh, we want to wait and see what happens while people are dying, or yeah, I could not stand by and allow innocents to die in the Outer Rim. That seems more like us.
So you said, so long ago. I didn't believe it then, and I don't believe it now. You sought adventure. You hungered for battle. You could not wait to follow Revan to war. The Jedi Order asked only for time to examine the Mandalorian threat. They urged caution, patience, and you defied them. So when you returned, you were brought before us. You were a Jedi no longer, and so you were exiled.
Okay. See, I think if I was really craving adventure and doing this out of that stuff, there would probably have been a game based around that, and I would be playing that. Also, in this game, even if there wasn't a game, if that had been my motivation, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I would be just running through the dialogue options so I could get to the action and adventure portion. So I don't know that helps my case much. Probably easier to just have you check my character sheet and see how blue it is, and then you know that, yeah, I'm totally light side. Although I guess this isn't really a question of light side or dark side. This is a question of specifically Jedi and like belonging to the Jedi Order, not just being... Okay, this might be more complicated than I expected. Okay. I also recall you wished me imprisoned, or worse. My punishment could have been worse. For that, I'm grateful. I remember now. You don't need to remind me again. Oh, I realize now you and the council were merciful. Yeah, I mean, it could have been worse. That's cool. Yeah, thanks for that.
There was much about that day that was difficult to forget. Your words, your defiance, and when you stabbed your lightsaber into the center stone. I have kept it, so I would never forget.
Hey, that's my lightsaber! I was no longer a Jedi. It was no longer mine. It was your right to do so. I no longer deserve to. I did not realize you still had it after so many years. Kept it? Stole it, you mean? Is that silver lightsaber? It's kind of cool. Yeah, cool. That's totally my lightsaber. Can I have it back, please?
Indeed. A lightsaber is the mark of a Jedi. When you turned your back on the Order, it was not yours anymore. I have always kept it, as a reminder of what can happen when your passions dictate your actions. I have kept it, so I would never forget your arrogance or your insult to the Order.
Oh, well, that's kind of charming, I guess. But can I have it back, please? I wish to earn the right to carry my lightsaber again. If I became a Jedi again, would you return it to me? Whatever your reasons, I want it back. Your insult to the Order? You insult me by carrying it. Give that blade back, or I'll tear it from your dead hands. Keep it then. I could care less. Even in a game like this, they're going with I could care less. I couldn't care less. And this is even a patched version of the game to correct so many issues, and nobody thought to correct that. Okay. Yeah, so just hypothetically speaking, if I became a Jedi again, would you give it back to me?
Become a Jedi again? That is a thing far out of reach.
Not what I asked.
I am not unsympathetic to your feelings. Leaving the Order must have been difficult for you. Yet you gave the Council no other choice. You gave me no other choice.
Okay, you're dodging the question. What I asked was, if I became a Jedi, don't care if it's possible or not, just if it were to happen, could I get my lightsaber back? That's all I asked. Okay, but apparently we're going off on a tangent. I had no other choice but to go to war. I went to war to protect others, not for battle. The Council was weak and ruled by fear. I'm not here to debate the Council's decisions. No, I would totally get drawn into an argument like this. Yeah, I went to war to protect others, not for battle.
So your choice was to meet the aggression of the Mandalorians with more aggression. That is not the Jedi way.
Oh, this is the same character you're using for your playthrough? Yeah, it's a fun look. And the Council's way was to meet aggression with surrender? I'll take my choice any day. Is the Jedi way to let people be massacred? I am kind of... on the one hand, I see what you're saying. You know, don't want to just answer aggression with aggression. On the other hand, if fighting at all is considered aggression, I'm struggling to see what you even thought a potential solution was. I mean, one might as well ask, why did Jedi carry a lightsaber in the first place? You know, how would you ever use that in defense without, you know, harming someone, I guess. I told you it was not aggression. I was defending others. Yeah, it was for a just cause. The Mandalorians were butchering innocent worlds that we had sworn to protect. Yeah, that's true. We did have an oath to protect those worlds. That's kind of important.
Every choice we make, whether we know it or not, sends echoes through the Force. It can awaken feelings, ignite passions, hate, anger, fear, where none existed before. By meeting aggression, by serving as an opponent against which the Mandalorians could test themselves, you fed their hate, their lust for war, and it sent a terrible echo through you. And because of it, you and those Jedi who met them on the battlefield lost their way. and you turned on us.
I can see how just... No, what alternative are you suggesting? Like, Mandalorians just be free to slaughter with impunity? Because, hey, at least if we're letting them just slaughter others and not facing them, then they won't have more anger and hatred in them. Just frustration and annoyance, I guess. Were you not tempted to help the innocent? I did not lose myself there. I found myself. I would make the same choice again. Revan and Malak turned on you, not I. Yeah, she's giving us a hard time because we did what we thought was right. I lost nothing in the war. I'm not here to debate the council. I mean, I totally would make the same choice again, even though I actually never made the choice the first time. The game made it for me. So, yeah, Revan and Malak turned on you. I totally was not with the Dark Jedi that went with them.
Without you and the other fallen Jedi to support them, to feed their lust for war, Revan and Malak's crusade would have been over before it began.
Okay, but what we established last game is that part of a Jedi's training is to fall to the dark side and then be brought back. So, one, we could say that Revan's fall and eventual redemption was not that bad. It was just part of his training. But two, if we are going to blame it on anyone, we could say that the Jedi training him were eventually what caused his fall and eventual return to the dark side, or light side. So, yeah, it's totally your fault. Yeah, there we go. That'll win her over. Don't know that that's one of the options. Then you know nothing of what drove me or Revan. If the Jedi had backed us, there never would have been a civil war. Or abandoning fellow Jedi fighting a just war is not my way. I'm not here to debate the Council's decision. Going to Nar Shaddaa first was pretty hard. I have to consider that when we get to freeing up the galaxy, because it seems to be story-wise that seems to be where our story hooks are. But I have to see if there's anything else to give us an indication. So let's see. Yeah, I'm totally not going to abandon a fellow Jedi. Not abandon a fellow Jedi fighting.
You betrayed the Jedi teachings. All that you had been taught you threw at your feet, crushed them beneath your heel. The Jedi teachings require we examine our actions. Acting without reflection is not our way.
Okay. You'll forgive me if I say it sounds like you're suggesting that reflecting without acting is our way. So you are content to let the Outer Rim die for the sake of teachings? Tell that to the millions who died in the war, lives we could have saved if the Jedi had acted earlier. Our teachings do not mean we should stand by and watch others die. Hesitation and passivity are also strong emotions, ones we should guard against. I don't know if I would classify hesitation and passivity as emotions exactly. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. Our teachings do not mean that we should stand by and watch others die. That's like, yes, we should examine our actions, but we still should take action.
There was no guarantee that marching to war would have saved the Outer Rim. In fact, quite the opposite.
Okay, if we had not fought, the Republic would have fallen. That is a fact. Even the Mandalorians admit that Revan turned them back. No, there was no guarantee we would win. But if we had not acted, the Mandalorians would now rule the Republic. We could have waited, but defeating the Mandalorians after they had won would have been difficult. Have you been reading the history of the blind? Revan won the war. That seems the best way to respond to this situation. Treat her as if she's some random stranger we're arguing with on Twitter. So, yeah, there's no guarantee we would have won, but yeah, Mandalorians would probably have beaten the Republic if we hadn't gone.
A physical victory, perhaps, but the real victory lay in
the triumph of pacifism, surrender. And how many people would have died if the Mandalorians hadn't been stopped? If we hadn't stopped them, the Republic would have been destroyed. The triumph of the Jedi teachings is a cold thing when there is no one left alive to appreciate them. Okay. Also, for someone who's all against like passions and emotions and being, you're getting kind of heated in this debate, Atris. Real victory lay in. Yeah, how many people would have died if the Mandalorians hadn't been stopped?
You do not know.
Okay. If the Mandalorians had won, would the Jedi have fought them or simply have meditated on what to do? That's a good point. Oh, please, anyone who stepped outside the Jedi archives would know it. I have only my experiences to guide me, and they tell me you and the Council were wrong. You're correct. I don't know, and neither do you. I mean, this is kind of what I'm feeling. If the Mandalorians had won, Jedi, at least Atris's Jedi, would have just kept on meditating. I don't know if that's necessarily the best choice. We want to just kind of throwing a back and forth of like insults probably isn't the path to go here. Let's see if we can try to win her over with some good old common sense. It's like, yeah, we don't know, and neither do you. That's you can't actually know what's going to happen with certainty. Like, as finite beings within time, like that's not really a possibility for us. But
how dare you? The Mandalorian Wars should have been your grave, and Malachor 5 is where you should have died.
Okay. Awareness. Your anger. It is because you secretly wish you had the strength to follow me to war? Careful, Atris. Anger leads to the dark side. The Republic is the one that should have died at Malachor 5. You know nothing of what happened at Malachor 5, so be silent. I don't want to reopen any more old wounds, Atris. Let us end this. Okay. Us with our awareness, you really wanted to go with us. You're a little disappointed that you didn't get to participate in the war, aren't you?
What? What do you mean?
I can see it in you. You wanted to fight by my side, but you were too scared to defy the Council. Then let fear guide you, Atris, wherever it leads. If you cannot grasp the truth, then never mind. Yeah, you totally wanted to come with us. That's why you're still carrying around the lightsaber.
You're wrong, just as you were when you defied the Council. I tire of fighting with you. You lust for war, and you always will, and you have succeeded in distracting me from my questions.
So answer me. If you cannot seem to admit the Council was correct, then why are you here?
Oh, right there. I'm looking for my ship so I can leave Telos. Yeah.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragas mining facility.
Guilty. Sort of. Lie. The destruction of Paragas was an accident. How is that a lie? It kind of was an accident. Paragas' destruction was necessary. Of course I destroyed Paragas. I can lie. Paragas? I've never heard of it. I admit nothing. Look, do you have my ship or not? Or are you admitting to stealing the Ebon Hawk? Yeah, we're not gonna lie, but, I mean, we didn't... It's not like we set out to destroy Paragas, but, or... I guess we did kind of target some rocks on the way out, didn't we? Like, set off a chain reaction explosion. Yeah, okay, that one was on us. destruction was necessary.
Necessary? The destruction of Paragus was necessary? You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking, putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
Yeah, I just said we destroyed the mining facility. Why don't you tell me? Yeah, I destroyed 2 worlds with 1 explosion. Okay, yeah. I know it put Telos in jeopardy, but I had no choice. Or, yes, Telos is doomed, and I couldn't care less. Progress was nothing compared to what I'll do if you don't give me back my ship. I've had enough of this in you. Yeah, why don't you tell me? I'm suddenly feeling a little bit less certain about my choice.
Without the fuel from Paragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
What do you mean? 20 worlds with 1 explosion? Even better. Okay, I guess part of us could be proud of the destruction we're... Why is Telos so important? Or so what? Yeah, why is Telos so important? Sorry, I know we're going a little bit over, but I'm not sure if we get a chance to go through this dialogue again, so I'm going to try to just finish out this discussion.
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
It was not my intention to harm other worlds. But the Sith attacked me on Pragus. The battle destroyed the colony. So now I get blamed for the actions of the Sith? Or my crime? The Sith destroyed Pragus, not me. I won't allow you to put me on trial. Pragus was nothing... Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't claim no responsibility, but it wouldn't have happened if we weren't fighting the Sith. You know.
The Sith? What do you mean?
The Sith have returned, and they are hunting all Jedi. Or you'll find out when their hand is at your throat. Or the Sith came for me on Pragus to kill me. Yeah, Sith have returned, they're hunting all Jedi. So, yeah, I mean, they did come to kill me, but I also, no hard feelings. I do want you to know as, well, former Jedi to Jedi. You might want to be on the lookout.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. Tell me, where did you encounter them?
Paragus, I just said that. The Sith came for me on Paragus. I guess we didn't say that we encountered them on Paragus, we just said we fought them at Paragus. If you seized my ship, you'd know I was at Paragus, and so were they. Encountered them on Paragus. Yeah, they tried to kill me on Paragus.
Paragus? What would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
The Sith believe me to be the last Jedi. Or they intend to exterminate all Jedi everywhere. I don't know, perhaps they were. I was the only Jedi they could find. They didn't realize I'd left the Jedi behind. Or the fools thought me a Jedi. Since you were hiding, they came after a real Jedi. Okay, after all this exile stuff, we're really the real Jedi here, certainly. Now, the Sith believe me to be the last Jedi. At least I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
You? If they thought you were Jedi, the teachings of the Sith blind them indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
I don't think I was followed. Oh, but you might want to check out the assassin droids that we encountered on top of your little base here. They might know that you're here, and if the Sith encountered the rest of them that are in the network, that probably wouldn't be great. Or we could lead them here. If so, then I offer you my help. You'll need it. There must be other Jedi. Were there any survivors of the Jedi Civil War? They're stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them, and they fight differently than the Sith from the Jedi Civil War. I just want my ship back. Okay, let's try to warn her. There's at least one Sith Lord, and yeah, it's not quite the same as the Sith from back then.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
Your grasp of tactics is questionable. How can I help? Are there any other Jedi we can ask for help? Were there any survivors of the Jedi Civil War? Yeah, are you? I don't mean to be rude, but are you sure that that's all it will take? That, like, hey, I'm a true Jedi, therefore I cannot possibly be beaten by any Sith. I mean, I know none of us that went to war were true Jedi, but still pretty sure a lot of us, after the war, during the Civil War, there were a lot of Jedi who fell to Sith. Were none of them true Jedi? I don't know.
We shall see. For now, the perspective on your situation has changed. I have your ship. I will return it to you. You must leave here before you place us in jeopardy.
Okay. Wait, is there anything I can do to help? Where can I find my companions? Arguments here? Or fine, I'll be on my way. Yeah, I mean, is there anything I can do to help out?
You offer your aid? After turning your back on me? On the Council? The Jedi is not something you embrace out of fear. The commitment is stronger than that. Something you never seem to understand.
But I always understood war, and that's who you need. The Sith have numbers on their side. You'll need all the allies you can get, Jedi or not. Or I'm not doing this out of fear. I want to help. You can't do this alone. I offer my assistance. Or if you think I act out of fear, then it's obvious you've never understood me. I offer my help and you insult me? Forget it then. No, it's not fear. I want to help out.
Perhaps. But if you help me, it cannot be done from here. There are others in the galaxy who may help us against a Sith threat. If you can find them, gain their trust, perhaps our defenses shall be stronger for it. Take your ship, seek them out. If you find them, encourage them to gather on Dantooine. From there we can call a council and see what can be done.
Okay. I will see what I can do. If there's anyone who can aid us, I'll find them. I'll gather what help I can and assemble them on Dantooine. Where can I find my companions? Yeah, if there's anyone who can help, who can aid us, I'll find them.
Then I shall send you on your way. It is now time for you to depart.
Okay.
We shall remove him, mistress.
Okay, but my companions, I probably should have asked about them.
Come with us.
So,
Are you all right, mistress?
The exile brought up feelings best left forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile, I've never seen another affect you so strongly. Did you care for him once?
The Jedi have no such attachments. As always, he will do as he wills. And the galaxy, and the feelings of others, can burn for all he cares. The day we judged him, I stood in the chamber, and he was so right. He was so certain of it, I doubted myself. He chose Revan over the Jedi, over the Council, over... But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
So the all-white robes are cosmetic, but so far, like, all the ones we've seen also seem to have white hair and even, like, white eyes, or very light blue eyes. It's kind of a... Like, is that, like, dye and cosmetic, or, like, contacts, or is that an effective being part of this group, or do they only allow people in if they look like that? I don't know. But that's a question we will have to address more next time, as we are well over time. Sorry for that. As for next time, I will have to miss next Friday again, so we'll plan on Monday. Should be able to stream, and then the following Monday we'll stream again, and then the Friday, 2 weeks from now, it will be the next time we'll play Knights of the Old Republic. So with that, thank you for joining me. Have a good week, and see you next time. Bye.